Tommy, a good week in the cup competitions over the last week. FA Trophy win, Hampshire Cup win, taking that into this weekend, hopefully.
That's exactly the plan. It's been a really good week. 2 wins in that week. Scored plenty of goals and didn't concede as many. So it's always a target for us at the beginning of every week. Obviously, we're back down to the bread and butter of the league, which is the most important. And we'll, like you say, look to try and carry that trend on.
I guess there isn't really much change, is there, in how you prepare for cup games and how you prepare for league games, is there?
Well, no, really, not in the way the games are staged Saturday, Tuesday. It's a fairly routine sort of week. The content's different because the opposition are different. And I think a lot of credit has to go to the people behind the scenes that don't stand in front of the cameras, who do all the work for us and give us the information that we glean and then pass on to the players on the sort of, Thursday, Friday leading into games, or Mondays leading into the Tuesday games. So every game we play, we do our due diligence, and that's no different with Fylde. As much as they've only played up north, other than at Southend a couple of weeks ago, then we've had eyes on them and we expect a tough game.
Touching on Tuesday night quickly, it was a good run out for some of the lads, wasn't it? And a good performance. I know Tadley, obviously, a lot lower than us, and no disrespect to them, but they're an obstacle in the way, and we got through it. Yeah,
great little club. I've got to say the hospitality was excellent. We've met some nice people there in the committee and the people who run the place, and they put on a good show from their point of view. They never stopped till the end. They were throwing bodies in front of balls, and we maybe should have scored a couple of more goals. But the object of that exercise for us has been all season that the lads who didn't play on the Saturday have always played on the Tuesday night, a bit like the National League Cup game. And it's been a really good vehicle for us in terms of getting the right amount of minutes into the legs that we require. That's the case. The 4 lads who started the game came off at half time, but the 4 lads who come on also started the game on Saturday. So they halved the game and the other lads played all 90 minutes. So touch wood. We didn't pick up anything further than what we had on board anyway in terms of niggles or knocks, and everybody trained really well this morning on Thursday, including the new guy.
Yeah, well, let's speak about Brad. How's he been settling in? All right?
Yeah, seems a very personable lad. He's somebody that we had our eyes on when he was playing last season at Worthing, and he's merited a move to West Ham. So he's got something. Obviously, we saw something that we felt we could work with. I think he's got really good football brain, to be fair to the lad. He knows what's around him and he knows where the goal is, but he doesn't seem about, strikers are all about goals, which I'm sure he is, but he seems very much a team player. So, we're looking forward to working with him, and hopefully it'll be a positive thing for both of us, him and us.
And looking at the squad, is everyone in pretty good nick? I mean, obviously we've got a few long-term injuries now, haven't we? But I think the shorter ones are kind of coming back now, aren't they?
Yeah, there aren't many people in the medical room. There's still 1 or 2 sort of hanging a toe in there, if you like, but these should be back with us, if not for Saturday, certainly the next game. So, yeah, I mean, Reece and his team, they're here, at the crack of dawn, and they're here till the end of time, really, every day. So they're doing as much as they can, but they say time is a healer, and that's the case sometimes with some of the injuries that we've picked up this time. Obviously, people like Ashley and Ollie Harfield, whilst they're around us and we see them, I feel for them because I can see they're itching to want to be involved. Harry Gandol the same. These guys are always around us. They're still part of us. And us going out and trying to win games on a Saturday and a Tuesday is partly for them as well, because they want to be taking part, and it's a shame that they can't. So, we just trying to knock these games off. I read a stat the other day that we're now going to play a minimum of 61 games this season. And in the successful season we had last season, we only played 55 or 56. So we've got to manage these lads' minutes as best we can to make sure we've got a lot of Tuesdays coming up, Saturday, Tuesday. We've got at least two cup quarterfinals and a cup semi-final to play. So plenty to look forward to.
It's tough as well, isn't it? Because we see a lot of added time in games these days, so the minutes that the players do get is even more so as well. So it's going to be a tough run to end the season.
Yeah, it is. I mean, every team's got the same thing. The thing is, you kind of never quantify what sort of time you're going to get. Some days you get 10 minutes extra in a game, sometimes you get 2. But ultimately, lads who go on to replace the starters sometimes can play as long. I mean, the lads who went on, early in the second half against Tamworth probably played as long as the lads who came off. So, that's part of the modern game these days. It's important. That's why we have, squads as opposed to teams. If I could pick every one of them, I would. I was asked, and one of my staff members were asked why a certain player was recalled. He was recalled because he's not our player. It's not our choice, that. And then he was asked why he didn't play, and we asked him quite frankly, well, who would you leave out? And he couldn't give us an answer. So, you know, it's good to have that competition as a manager and a coaching staff. Every day we talk about certain combinations, certain individuals, certain fitness levels, who we think are suited to the opposition that we're coming up against. And quite often, I would say more often than not, we're near enough unanimous in what we want to do. So the players seem really on board at the minute. Everybody, there's one or two I think have really got their tails up and they're playing well. And hopefully we can take that on to Saturday.